Privyet! This was the day Ukraine war started. I was in Archaeopolis.
I'm inside the Colchis. This wasn't easy to get up here. They look like they're doing a little construction to make it so people can come up here, but it's not quite done yet. But this ancient fortress was the fortress of the city. The reason why it was built, looking over the river and the crossroads, and the ancient city below. The Colchis is down here. Whoa. Monks, don't come up here! Don't come up here, it's too dangerous for you. Cool. I'm coming down. I had to come up here. Saw it up on the hill. The woman said, pure English, if you want. Yeah, I'm in the Colchis. There's my soldier on the fort wall. Smile, woohoo! I see the enemy coming. The Persians, those Zoroastrians, the Sassanids. Shoot some arrows at them, defend the wall. Defend our Christian kingdom for the Emperor Justinian. Let's go! Cool. Roman ruins all the way out here in Georgia, the outskirts of the Roman world, called Lazica or Igrisi. Whoa. Cool. Ooh, this is definitely cool up here. There's the main wall. Whew. I wonder what this was up here. Some of these stones look really ancient. Some little lizards. Ooh. Some not so old. 200s AD to 500s AD. That's when most of these ruins are from, but some of it's older. Whew, look at that view. They have these cool warriors, archers, and a spear made out of metal or something. Ooh. They got a guy up there hanging. I didn't see that. Look at that. Ooh. Enemy soldier or something. The ancient city of Archaeopolis. Ooh, and there's some more stuff up there. So these were the walls that propelled the Sassanid Persian attacks. Lazica. Oh man, I gotta go see what's up there. I love this stuff. Another strange mission. We're just showing people where we want to go on Google Maps. Something ancient happened here. We're crossing some X with cows on it. Ooh, that's an interesting building. Look at that. Alright, let's figure out where we're going. Ooh, look at this. Oh,
we've had this.
It's
great for the video. I have good Instagram quality. This guy's the one.
It's an interesting day.
Just wanted to do what I was.
We met David here.
It's never been a good time ever when I met a David.
David who? Hold on. Eat.
I know, but.
Interesting pit stop. We're in a different region. Yes. Got a lot of hay over there for the horses. Oh, there's the end of the city. Devine Sanaki. Man, look at this river with snow melt. We got ancient ruins. We're out here in the middle of western Georgia. What's wrong? You know, everyone complains when they hear you in my videos. They'll probably hear about this years later and you'll go, what's that? Well, I post everything. Yeah, let's go check this out. out here on this interesting day. There's some ancient stuff around here. We're going on a mission like usual. There's some Roman history and Byzantine stuff, and that looks like some interesting ruin they're working on. See that right there? Anyways. Interesting day in history also. The Russia-Ukraine situation, which we're about 1,000 kilometers from. Close enough though. So I'm documenting that also on this day. There's a big Byzantine and Persian war here in the 500s AD. All right, and there's pigs and cows everywhere. Interesting.
All right, as the invasion was on, not far from here, a couple 100 kilometers, I was at this site of many invasions throughout history. Amazing experience. The only people there we were.
Dogs, I gave you some snacks. This one's really skinny, man. Oh, he stole a bunch from the other ones. So many street dogs in Georgia. Oh, we got some Roman, actually before Roman, Colchis, then Roman, then Byzantine ruins. Very impressive. It's actually bigger than I thought, which is awesome. Woohoo! Oh, we're ready now.
I love dogs, unless they're mean to me, but street dogs worldwide. Anyways, this site was incredible. Byzantine.
So in the Byzantine times, early Byzantine, so 500s AD, there was a major battle here. Belisarius, Justinian's, Emperor Justin, his uncle, but then Emperor Justinian, his main general Belisarius, fought the Sassanid Persians in this area 1,500 or so years ago, and the city held out because of this massive wall. It's very impressive. But the city is much older than that, and I couldn't really find what happened to it, why it was abandoned, what happened in later Georgian times, but it was definitely Colchis and Roman and Byzantine and Lazica mostly. All right, hello, welcome to the ancient city of Colchis or Archaeopolis, with layers of history going back to 900 BC out here on this river. So some of these ruins here are very ancient, from ancient times. 900s BC, it was a Colchis city, fortress town with its own leader. And the Greek colonies nearby had influence on it. The culture was kind of a hybrid culture, and then it became into the Roman world. Emperor Hadrian came here, fortified this and built it a little bit, but the main wall you see today is actually from the Byzantine times.
As you can see, the layers of history on top of each other.
City walls. This one's massive. Got some ruins up there. It's interesting. Everywhere I go, there's Roman ruins. Whoop. So this part looks a little bit more ancient. What's interesting is it looks very similar to some ruins I've seen in Albania. The block shape like this. And other places too, which was a common building technique in the BC's era. But you can see the difference here. This wall, some more stones. This was Byzantine, so that's 500s AD, maybe 400s AD. This part's much older. Very cool. Hey, puppy. That dog's so skinny. Oh, I gave him a few snacks. These massive walls held out several Sassanid Persian attacks in the area. Persians eventually at some point conquered this general region for a little bit, but the Byzantines held out in this zone. Look at this massive wall. Wow, so cool.
For those of you still with me, we're going to get into the story of this place soon. This was an incredible archaeological site that I'll never forget.
Archaeopolis! Oh man, awesome. Romans, Byzantines, Colchis, Georgians, of course, Lazica. This one guy just took us out to lunch and made us drink a whole bottle of liquor.
But the videos are going to be crazy.
And bought us a soup, and it was really interesting. Yeah, he said he's a Laz person. So it must be another ethnic minority that lives in this region. And then it makes sense because this area, as a tributary, a vassal of the Romans and Byzantines, for the most part, was known as Lazica or Igrisi. And these dogs are so sweet out here. Hello, buddy. Oh, you're so skinny. I gave you the most snacks. Your guys are going to hang out with us. We're the only ones here. There's the Byzantine church.
Or spring.
It's a nice day, though.
I'll never forget because the war in Ukraine that changed the world in so many ways began this day.
Oh, this is so cool. We got this all to ourselves. Wow, look at that bird. That was crazy colors. Oh, we missed it. Couldn't get on camera. So these stones down here are older. BC era was the block stone technology that spread around the Mediterranean, I guess. But the later parts up there is later Romans and Byzantines, Eastern Romans, especially that wall. The Byzantines built that, and of course the Byzantines built that church because originally for Christianity it was different out here. Pagans. We're in Georgia. This is great. I can't believe it.
All my students are
Ruins. What? All your students are what? You're always talking when I'm filming. Hello, doggies. Ooh, did you hear that noise?
Oh, I don't want to hear.
There's ghosts here. Ghosts of the Byzantines and Romans. Right, buddy? Hello.
Us two crazy Americans, a couple street dogs, and ancient history. That was it out there. It was incredible. As the world was reeling and going crazy, people were dying. Not far from here.
Even ruins up top there.
We can't go up there. There's only
And up there.
a buggy.
Look at that wall, man. That wall is intact. Perfect still. Right in that part.
Something under there they might be developing.
Very Roman. Whatever it is.
Look at the art.
Yep. Romans. Whatever it is about, I don't know what it is. Romans love this kind of thing.
The art.
Yep. Everywhere you go, it's a little dome. And it's an archway. And and steps. Ooh, lizards. Ooh, I haven't seen. Ooh, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Didn't know about this.
I think you shouldn't go
Let's go up there.
Right now. Mama said it. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, cool.
I'm listening.
Yeah, they would block it off if it was unsafe.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Here.
Awesome.
I don't think they would block it off if it was safe.
Georgia, we're in.
Georgia is Orthodox Christian to this day, so there was a Byzantine Orthodox church on site. And this was a Roman bathhouse.
Dogs, hello, buddies. Do that again.
Shake.
Yeah. Oh.
Shake.
Oh,
No,
no.
we're not doing that. Shake.
Oh,
Good
oh,
baby.
there you go.
Now I have to
Oh.
give him a snack, though. Ada.
I
Ara.
gave him a snack. I'm giving these two mini snacks. This one's
But
so
I just
skinny.
said
Oh,
shake,
man.
and she shaked again.
She has a broken leg.
Right, but
3
now
legs.
you're not giving her a snack, and she shook, so it's confusing.
Look at that face. All right.
Beautiful crystalline waters of this river.
Dogs, you're all taking us around these amazing ruins, where we're the only people today on this sunny day where there's a war happening down the block.
Okay, that's a very, okay. Well, it's a part of history.
Former USSR.
Yeah, you want to know what I saw?
We're in.
Driving up there?
But this is way older than the USSR. Here, buddy.
Do you want to know
And
what
you.
I saw when we were driving up here? I saw one of the old, like a shack. You know, like a shack that's like a store. And the whole door said USSR on it.
Oh, cool.
It was a blue house. Interesting.
Hey.
I wouldn't say cool.
Well, you know, it's part of history.
Or will look like a current part of history, but.
Bathhouse.
Ooh.
I know, because those little things right there were used somehow to heat up the water. We've learned that in several Roman sites. Plus, they have Roman bricks in there. You see those 2-finger width? Roman bathhouse, Roman bathhouse.
You guys should come here. It's beautiful.
Huge ruins area.
All right, my partner in crime, always with me. Let's tell the story of this place now.
All right, here on this ancient river is an ancient city site called Sassanid in the Colchis times, the ancient Georgians, or the ancient Western Georgians, but also known as Archaeopolis, which means ancient city, now known as Nokalakivia, which is a small town out here in western Georgia in the Laz area, Lazica. So, just like any town, you need a good water source. So this beautiful.
I like going no edit, so this is in actual order.
All right, just like any town, they need a good water source, and here's some crystal blue snow melt waters down from the Caucasus Mountains. We're here in modern day Georgia, but this place is very ancient, at least 3,000 or so years old, or about 3,000 years old. We have ruins up on the cliff here. A bathhouse is right there. We have Byzantine walls surrounding it. Some major battles and sieges went on here. It was a Hadrian had stuff built here. Let's go inside there and figure it out. And of course, like every great Roman town, a bathhouse is right there. Very cool. We're in Georgia, the far edge of the Roman world. Lazica.
So I was hyper-focused here. This was time traveling, spiritual, incredible history of Byzantium, history of Rome. I didn't care about nothing else at all.
Let's go down this, whatever this is. Ooh.
This wasn't the future of my dad. It might be in a few
cool.
days.
This is crazy.
Entrance to the city? Something like that? Woo!
Mother, if you're watching this and I've survived this time in history, well, looks like I've made it.
It's down here. Access to the river?
Don't freaking know.
Be careful.
That gosh darn guy,
Ooh.
which was great
Cool.
hospitality.
Ah, it does take you right to the river.
That's cool for summer, no?
Yeah, for the
Not now.
ancient inhabitants of summer.
I mean, it is a summery day, but
And the sun was shining. It was winter, so it was a nice day.
All right, this was a special treat at this ruin site. Little swimming hole. If I had my trunks, I would go in. It's February. The water's really
I'm
cold,
gonna touch it.
but it's muddy there. Be careful.
I'm gonna touch it.
And there's an ancient portal.
This is a bad idea, but you should.
Okay. An ancient portal
Oh yeah, no.
to
It's warm.
ancient city.
It's quite warm, no?
It was cool, man. Crystalline blue, fresh water.
Quite
this Georgian river, and there's a hole here, ancient, to get up to the ancient city. That's fucking cool, man. And this dog is hanging out with us all day. We're the only ones out here too. It's a warm day, 70 degrees, 21 C, you say?
I don't care. Yes.
Okay. Hi.
Cold, pure water. You could drink from that stream. The Caucasus Mountains has some of the best water that I've ever drank in my life because of the heavy snows. So we're going to get back into the story of what happened to this place soon, starting from the 900s BC.
Ooh, this is beautiful, man. Right?
No, not cold at all. Very warm.
Crazy.
Very warm.
Ancient portal.
Not hot, but
Our little skinny friend that's hanging out with us. Oh, careful.
it's a very
Thousands of years old. This was built, I guess, maybe for boats come down city.
temperature.
Nice. All right, the ancient river, this crystalline mountain water, fresh as it gets. No rubbish in it. Look at this.
For now.
Here, Georgia, and right behind you there is the river gate and a dog. The river gate to the ancient 2,900 or so year old city ruins that we're at on a late February 70 degree 21 degrees C day, 70 F, where we're in the Caucasus, Georgia, former USSR, which on this day Russia right now is invading parts of Ukraine, and we know people in from both those countries, and this general region. Russia also invaded because of separatist movements in 2008 parts of Georgia, which they still occupy, Abkhazia and South Ossetia. So
And a lot of Georgians are still displaced.
a lot of Georgians are still displaced that fled that violence. 2014, Russia did the same thing to Crimea, on the Black Sea in Ukraine. It's a crazy time and place, but it's so peaceful right here, right now. I almost feel like I could go swimming.
Yeah, I definitely could go swimming.
All right, along the ancient wall here of Archaeopolis, Tiskehoji. 900s BC is when the city was founded as a Colchis city, chronicled as Shkihehoji, butchering the name probably, but 800 BC, it was a fortress city called Kuji, which I think the fortress area is up on the hill up there.
Inaccessible at the moment.
Yeah, they're working on it up there, but it's a massive structure. Anyways, these are the newer walls here. We're going to talk about all of this history. They're pretty old, but newer than 800s BC. So, in this ruined place, it was on an important crossing point. It was an important crossing point of the river right here and into the close by hills, which are up there. So it was an important trade route in ancient times in the Colchis ancient culture, and it became known later as Archaeopolis, which means in Greek ancient city. So it was already an ancient city by the time it was named that. Later into the Roman and Byzantine's time, that was the name. But first, in the 800s to 500s BC, the kingdom of Colchis was in the region, and the tribes coalesced into a power of ancient Georgians, which this was one of their important cities including many around here, including Kutaisi and Vani and probably several others. And of course on the Black Sea also. But 800s to 500s BC, Greek colonists started spreading out all over the world, well, their known world, into the Mediterranean, including here, ringing the whole Black Sea coast, which is not far from here. So Greek things, religion, history, culture, theaters, Hercules, Jason and the Argonauts, Zeus, all that kind of stuff, coinage, olive oil, wine. It started mixing in with the local Colchin culture because of their colonies on the Black Sea, which we're going to go to at some point. One of the biggest ones is a place called Batumi. And also stretching all the way up into the coast of now Russia and Ukraine and all around the Black Sea. There was hundreds of Greek colonies. It was really interesting. Shout out to Nomadic Professor, who made a great video on the Black Sea coast about that. Okay, so Greek colonists in this region, it was a delicate process of diplomacy with a little bit of warfare also to, solidify their position.
Oh, that's telling.
And later on, religion. There's an ancient Byzantine church over there, but we're not to that point yet in the story. So they set up trade colonies all along the Black Sea coast, and their influence morphed with the local culture, creating a hybrid culture of Hellenistic / Georgian Colchis kind of culture here, which is interesting. But it's on the crossroads of many empires and historical monoliths. I don't know what I'm saying. Historical monoliths.
Wow.
Huge cultures. Huge cultures in history. Historical big shots, let's say. Even now, all the way up to the USSR and Russia and ancient peoples. So let's start telling that story. All right, so what most of these ruins are not from those very ancient times, probably some of them, especially the large stone block ruins. We're gonna show a little bit now. So up here, I believe, is the Kuji fortress, which is really cool. But all right, let's talk about what happened next. So we're still in the BCs. So the Achaemenid Persian Empire, Colchin warriors, Colchin kings, Greek colonists, Alexander the Great and his Macedonians, and all the history of the Caucasus swirled around this region. There seems to be different eras of settlement and abandonment of this city from the 800s to 200s BC, but in the 200s BC, it seemed to be permanently settled in a part of the Hellenized kingdom of Pontus of Anatolia. But, yes? All right, that is though until the Mithridatic Wars, when Pompey the Great of Rome came into the region, and around this time is when this city, Archaeopolis, came into the Roman realm, where bathhouses were built. So you can see these large stone structures. I think these are a little bit more ancient. A lot of these walls and things were built, though, into the Roman era. And definitely the bathhouse over there, which let's go check out. All right, here we go. A trade depot it was for the Romans. Probably all kinds of Roman traders were coming in here from Italy, and definitely so this area became known as Lazic or Agrisi. There's still a ethnic group of people here known as the Laz that we met, the Laz people. So the Mithridatic Wars of the Roman Republic, and then into the era of the Roman Empire, this area became a vassal of Rome. not an official province, but it had its own king, most likely lived up there, and they paid tribute to Rome in gold. And yeah, there's a cute dog. Hey buddy, these dogs been hanging out with us. So, you know, being a friend of Rome was definitely nice for the people here, because they were on the edge of the Roman world, which, just like the Achaemenid Persians, later on more Persians came into the mix here. But Roman activity was more heavy on the coast and the Black Sea. The Black Sea is not far from here, but really not much in the region of modern day Georgia overall. But this was definitely a trade depot, and in the Roman Empire times, Emperor Hadrian came here. I'm sorry, yes? A trade depot, trading with the Roman world into the Roman Empire. Emperor Hadrian ordered some constructions to be done here, which probably some of this is of Archaeopolis, but definitely not this. So this comes in later into this story. Emperor Hadrian, around 100 AD, had some buildings here, but into the Byzantine era, as the Romans Christianized. This is the ancient Byzantine church, unfortunately not open, but around probably 1500 or 1800 years old, 17 to 1500 years old, something like that. Into the Byzantine era is when this city really saw a boom. But it all is built on its ancient past. Like that gate over there is definitely Roman style. You see those all over Italy and Turkey and Spain, even England. It's amazing. All right, but let's talk about the Byzantines. So the Byzantines, the Eastern Romans, after Emperor Constantine and the further Christianization of the Roman world, which made it the official religion, and the moving of Constantine of the capital to Constantinople, now Istanbul. In the 400s AD, the Western Roman Empire fell. This area was under the sway of the Byzantines. The Byzantine era was a golden age of the city. Most all of this, like this church, was built then. You know, the walls that we've seen a lot of here, some of them come from the 200s to 300s AD, but a lot of them were built up how they are in the 500s AD, probably in the times of the emperors Justin I and Justinian, which I like so much because of Rome's internal enemy, the Persians, that existed not far to the southeast. Let's finish this out by the walls.
Isn't it interesting how Persians from what is now Iran always causing confrontation?
Alright, this church is from the 6th century, 500s AD. Oh man, that's awesome. But up there, it's Colchis. That's really ancient. And you are some dogs. Oh, you're so skinny. I gave you a lot of snacks. This place, we're in Georgia.
So I got up to the site of the original 900s BC fortress town of the ancient Colchis people.
Up here at the Colchis fortress, and you can see this is a good spot to see. Whew, that's a good little hike. Anything that's coming this way. The region of the south of the South Caucasus. And the hills are behind us that way, so. Whew. Wow, ancient stuff, man. I love it. Better work on this a little bit. History. What a view. Up here is the Colchis fortress. This looks like maybe a Byzantine rebuild, but oh, there you are. There you are. Keep following me. Yeah, you're skinny. I gave you lots of snacks. All right. This has been up here since 800s or so BC, something like that. Pretty incredible. Wow.
So as an American of a country about 250 years old, dealing with things that are like 3,000 years old is fucking amazing, man. I can't get enough of it. I want to see everything that's ancient in the entire world.
And this is so cool. This day, ancient ruins. Watchtower, maybe something. This is Georgia. It's so different, man. I don't know. But it's connected to the Greco-Roman world, like this place. Ancient Lazica. Colchis city. God, man, it's so cool.
As pain and toil keeps going on, the flowers will still bloom and people will still be smiling somewhere.
Oh yeah, there's the plains of Colchis, Lazica, Igrisi, Georgia, Circuit Velo, all kinds of things. The southern Caucasus Mountains there separates us from Turkey and Armenia. And we're up here at this ancient fortress. That's super cool at this ancient city. And it's been a super fun day. Warm day. Good time.
It is now February 2024, almost 2 years after this visit.
Woo! Oh man, this is so cool. Ancient city. Colchin, Roman, and Byzantine ties. This ancient fortress up here that I'm at called the Kaji. Woo! Yeah! This is awesome. 70-degree winter day, which is very strange. There's a massive mountains. So this was an important trade route for thousands of years. Crossroads of the river and access to these hills back here. Reason why the city's here. Archaeopolis, or ancient city, because it was already ancient once the Romans and the Byzantines heard of it. Yeah, there's a Byzantine church down there, 6th century.
Just imagine being an archer at these walls or a soldier ready to throw spears and fight.
This area up here is definitely, I think, their construction, because these megalithic blocks construction was all the rage in the BC's era. Giant stones that were fit together. You see them all over the place. I don't know who came up with it, but Illyrians used it, and Macedonians, Greeks, Etruscans, Iberians, North Africa, all kinds of people use that same design, and then it kind of just went out of, just declined. It's weird, to the Roman times. But yeah, this is proof up here, up on this ridge, that this is ancient. Into the BCs. 1,000 years into the BCs, potentially, so 3,000 years old at its most. Whew. See, that's the newer kind of construction right there. But this is old school, I think. Not an expert.
Ancient hands of unnamed countless people. Thinking about that stuff, how these things were built in places all over the world, when, why, who did it, forever intrigues my mind.
Orthodox Church built in the 500 AD, some point. It's named the 40 Martyrs Church, which is the same name as the area and monastery in Saranda, Albania, named after the 40 martyrs who were Roman soldiers who were left out in the cold to die because they were Christian. Kind of close by to here, now that I think of it. It happened in Armenia somewhere. So this church, and many in the early Christianity that loved their martyrs, was named after them. Whoa! What happened? Whoop! Something's happening. All soldiers in position. We have to save the women and children and good Christians of our city. The Sassanid Persians are invading the armies out there. Ah! Hold the wall! Do it for the emperor! Hold the wall! Oh man. If that was really happening, I would be scared shitless. Imagine what people went through up here. Oh, history's crazy. This place is cool. Archaeopolis, ancient city. This wall held out guys like these, Byzantine, Lazic, local soldiers. Hey, there you are! Alright, men in the walls, saving our city. We're under attack by the Persians, the Sassanids. Ah, the army's amassing out there. Yeah. And so these ancient walls spring
4%.
up. The ancient walls always protected the city, but to how they look now really saved the city. So it was in the Byzantine times that they were built up to the heights that they are. And in the era of the Sassanid Persians war with the Byzantines in the 500s AD, they attacked the region. Justin I was emperor, and he sent his general in his first ever action, Belisarius, out here to fight against the Persians. Justin ended up dying, and his nephew, Justinian the Great, the emperor, took over. So this was a key fortress guarding Lazica. And we still have a Byzantine chain there to tie up a horse or something. So there was obviously a big door on this gate here, but these walls held out, especially during the war between 540 and 552 AD. Hello, dogs. This was attacked several times. The walls held out every time. The Sassanids never got in. And this big battle was documented here, chronicled by the Byzantine historian Procopius of Caesarea. You can see the bottom part here. It's older constructions from the BC era, and maybe some of it's from the Roman times, but the top here is Byzantine. But remember, the people here weren't Romans or Byzantines, Greeks, or etc. They were mostly the ancestors of the Persians. Probably some Romans lived here and looked after things, but it was a vassal state, Lazica, that was not technically part of the empire, but kind of. They had a sense of autonomy, and this ancient ruin is one of the most incredible. The city was defended because of these giant walls. In the 500s AD, in the time of Justin I, these walls were improved and built up because of the threat of Sassanid Persians to the city here. And the Sassanids made a lot of gains around the territory here, but they never conquered the city because of these walls that still stand today, 1,500 years later, that block the access to the main part of the city. A national defensive hill is over here, And the river is over there. Archaeopolis. A wall has always been here since the inception, but it was improved upon. You can see the section. Let's tell the specifics of the story down below.
You could see the gate.
Ancient ruin is one of the most incredible sites in the country of Georgia. Thousands of years of history from about 900 BC to the 600s AD. You know, for some strange reason, the city was abandoned, and I couldn't find out anything more about it after the 6th century. So I think, you know, maybe into the times of the Arab incursions and later Georgian history, it lost its importance. But in the 1800s, Russian and then Soviet archaeologists worked on this area, actually French also, and now it's a beautiful site in the country of Georgia. Thanks for checking that out with me. Madloba, Nakwandis, Lazica. All right, Archaeopolis. I know there's 2 Georgian names for this place too, but those are a little hard for me to pronounce. But thank you for hanging out with me here. This was super cool. Look at this old siege weapon thing. Wow. The Persians. I don't know. Oh, they have a catapult there too. This is a fun place. It was very interesting. So cool. All right.
Indeed, one of the most incredible places I've ever been.
Ooh, man. There's some Roman bricks up there. I love this. All right. Let's close in one more area. Enter the walls. Imagine having to try to sack these walls. It's probably near impossible. Archaeopolis. Nice.
So as time marched on, and I was almost recruited to be a mercenary with Georgian soldiers in Ukraine, the planned 1 year in the country of Georgia changed, and we left soon. Ooh, that was some good drink. Left a few weeks after this to the country of Armenia. This is a little restaurant we found. Large beer and some homemade cha-cha, which is like 50% alcohol, and a ludi, which is Georgian for beer. We had after this long exploration and
this ancient city was so cool. The guy wanted us to drink a whole bottle of liquor with him. Actually, no, he wasn't drinking, but he wanted us to drink with him.
It was 2 bottles.
Hang out with him, and he got some local soup. So sorry if I was a little out of it documenting this city.
It's not our fault.
But you know, that's how it goes. Couldn't turn him down.
Especially today.
And especially today, yeah. And
we're just happy to bring some joy to.
It was a beautiful day, man. 73 degrees. What's that? 25 C?
It is not. You keep lying. It's 22, if that. 21. Up yesterday.
This place was a city from 900 BC to 600 AD or so. We did it! Time for a beer!
so of course the media and social media world was going nuts, and I got a burger later and went to a punk rock Kutaisi bar that I fucking love, man, and listened to some punk rock metal music with a bunch of Georgians and just hung out and lived life, baby. The next day, I wanted to work out just in case Russia attacked Georgia. And I was working out, I went to a church, and that's when I almost got recruited by some guys that were asking if I was American. That's